coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,152,239. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 18,360. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 6,350, with total confirmed deaths at 155. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Rhiannon Trutanich. It's 4 p.m. on Tuesday, February 9th. LA County's COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations continue to go down. The average number of daily cases dropped 77% compared to just 1 month ago. And hospitalizations dipped 45% during a similar time period. Currently, there are more than 4,000 people with COVID-19 hospitalized, 29% of them in the ICU. Equity has become a top priority for public health officials after reviewing some disturbing demographic data from the state vaccination registry. It shows that only 3.5% of the vaccine shots given out so far went to Black residents, while whites and Asians each got 25% of all administered doses. When looking at the 65 and over group, 20% of them are now believed to have gotten at least one dose of the vaccine. Public health officials say disparities continue for this category, with whites and Asian and Pacific Islanders each accounting for 29.4% of the vaccines, while African Americans are much lower at just 7.2%. The Public Health Department is making a top priority to help groups that fall in the lower percentages to get vaccinated. They're planning to increase the number of vaccination sites in hard-hit communities, find strategies to improve vaccine access for those who are older, have limited mobility, or need assistance securing appointments, and work with community partners to provide accurate information about the vaccines and dispel any myths and misinformation. Uber will offer free rides to Walgreens so more people can get vaccinated. The two companies are teaming up to help those who don't have a car and live in underserved communities far from a pharmacy. The pilot program will begin as early as next week in Atlanta, then roll out in Chicago, El Paso, and Houston. The goal is to expand to more cities after this initial launch. The news comes as Walgreens begins getting direct vaccine shipments this week in 15 states. Uber will work with charitable partners such as the National Urban League to identify people who need the rides. This partnership is part of a pledge the ride-sharing company made in December to offer 10 million free or discounted rides so transportation doesn't prevent people from getting vaccinated. Uber and Walgreens also plan to work together in other ways. Uber says it'll add in-app features that make it easier for its drivers to book vaccine appointments when they become more widely available. And the two companies are developing an educational program with the National Urban League to reduce fears and doubts about the vaccine. The Pfizer and Moderna vaccines should protect against both British and South African variants of COVID-19. That's a conclusion published this week in Nature Medicine, a monthly publication that shares original peer-reviewed research. Researchers tested the blood serum of participants who were vaccinated against virus samples that resembled the variants. They found that the antibodies responded to the viruses. There was one limitation of the study, though. The engineered viruses did not include the full set of spike mutations found in the UK and South African variants. As for the AstraZeneca vaccine, a different study suggests that it's not effective in preventing mild to moderate illness caused by the variant originating in South Africa. This news prompted the government there to halt plans to roll out the vaccine for frontline healthcare workers. New diabetes cases have been linked to COVID-19, and now researchers are trying to find out how the virus may trigger type 1 or type 2 diabetes, and whether the cases are temporary or permanent. A study in the journal called Diabetes, Obesity, and Metabolism found as many as 14.4% of people hospitalized with severe COVID-19 developed a form of diabetes. An international group of researchers analyzed reports of high blood sugar in more than 3,700 COVID-19 patients across 8 studies. Dr. Mihail Zilberman works at Suburban Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland, and leads a special team that cares for diabetic patients. He says his caseload spiked from 18 to 30 when the hospital started admitting more patients with COVID-19. Many of those patients did not have a prior history of diabetes. They developed elevated blood sugar while they had COVID-19. Some returned to normal when they got better, but others went home with the newly diagnosed disease. John Kunkel, a 47-year-old in Arkansas, was one of those who received the surprising diagnosis. He was hospitalized with COVID-19 in early July and was readmitted when his doctor detected dangerously high blood glucose levels during a follow-up visit. He said he's had no pre-existing health issues and couldn't understand how he could have been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Researchers say new onsets of both types of the disease may be added to a growing list of COVID-19 complications, which also include lung problems, neurological disorders, and heart and kidney damage. Hospitals are seeing a rise in alcohol-related illnesses during COVID-19. Liver disease experts and psychiatrists believe stress from the pandemic is leading people to drink more. Hospitals across the country report dramatic increases in alcohol-related admissions for critical diseases such as alcoholic hepatitis and liver failure. Alcohol-related liver disease was already a serious issue in the U.S. before the coronavirus pandemic. 15 million people got the diagnosis every year, and hospitalizations doubled over the past decade. But now the Keck Hospital of USC reports a 30% increase in admissions for alcoholic liver disease in its latest year-to-year comparison. Specialists at hospitals affiliated with the University of Michigan, Northwestern, Harvard, and Mount Sinai Health System in New York City saw rates jump even higher, up to 50% since last March. Medical experts say isolation, unemployment, and hopelessness associated with COVID-19 drive many of these cases. They also think women may be suffering disproportionately because they metabolize alcohol at slower rates than men. Resources are available for anyone struggling with alcohol dependency, especially during this difficult time. One local resource is the Thelma McMillan Recovery Center at Torrance Memorial. The hospital-based treatment center has helped community members to overcome their obstacles and find sobriety for more than 25 years. Small businesses can apply for a $10,000 grant through the end of today. The funding is made possible by Verizon's $10 million partnership with a nonprofit called the Local Initiative Support Corporation. It's aimed at helping those in historically underserved communities that have been hit hard by the pandemic. To apply, go to lisc.tfaforms.net/279. Priority will be given especially to entrepreneurs of color, women, and veteran-owned businesses and other enterprises that don't have access to flexible, affordable capital. Disney California Adventure Park is finally getting ready to reopen. Well, kind of. About a year after it closed due to the pandemic, Disneyland officials announced plans to create a unique experience for its guests. They say it's a ticketed event featuring, quote, world-famous food and beverage offerings from around the resort, the latest merchandise, and unique, carefully crafted entertainment experiences. It will take place multiple days per week and have limited capacity. This announcement also means about 1,000 Disney employees or cast members will be able to return to work. The event is set to start mid-March. Details about the exact dates, entry costs, and instructions on how to get tickets should become available in the coming weeks. This news was announced on Monday, California Adventure's 20th anniversary. If you're looking for Valentine's Day ideas, how about a day trip to Catalina Island? That's right, the island, which was largely closed to visitors during the pandemic, is opening up again just in time for this holiday weekend. The Catalina Express will return to its full ferry service to and from Catalina starting on Friday. It will operate at reduced capacity and require passengers to wear face masks and follow other COVID-19 precautions. The Catalina Island Tourism Authority says by Friday, about 24 restaurants will be open in Avalon for outdoor dining and takeout. Visitors should check out websites of their favorite spots, however, since many businesses will still be closed. If you want to stay longer, you may want to plan for a visit next month. Most island hotels and vacation rentals are slowly reopening and accepting reservations now for stays starting in early March. Tours and activities should be open again around that time as well. Another free food giveaway takes place this week in Torrance. Tomorrow morning at Del Amo Fashion Center, LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn and the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank will host a drive-through giveaway. It takes place at the parking lot south of where Sears used to be, near Hawthorne and Sepulveda Boulevards. The event will go on from 9 a.m. to noon, and participating vehicles can get in line starting at 8:30 a.m. This is a drive-through only event, so no walk-ups will be allowed. There is no eligibility requirement. Anyone who needs some help can come and take advantage of this free food opportunity. Please remember to wear your face coverings and keep your social distance while stopping by. Speaking of food, today is National Pizza Day. If you're in the mood for a slice, several restaurants across the city have some good deals. BJ's Restaurant and Brew House is offering half-off large pizzas when ordering on the restaurant's app or website. Use the code HALF-OFF. Blaze Pizza rewarded 100 people with free pies today and has a deal for a large pepperoni pizza for $9.95 or 2 for $20. Chuck E. Cheese has a carry-out special, free medium one-topping pizza with the purchase of a large one-topping. Free delivery is available through DoorDash. Domino's has a free pizza for a year giveaway on Instagram. They also have a mix and match deal with 2 menu items for $5.99 each. Lamppost Pizza has up to $5 off if you go on their website. Little Caesars has free delivery Tuesday on orders $10 or more that are placed online or with the app. Panera Bread has a 50% off flatbread promo featuring Boy Meets World's Cory and Topanga. Online orders with code TGIF will get you that deal. Papa John's has a heart-shaped pizza and brownie combo for $16. Pizza Hut unveiled its new Detroit-style pizza today, and you can try it for $10.99. And finally, Round Table Pizza is giving a free stuffed crust upgrade today for those placing orders on its app. The Torrance City Council meets tonight to conduct city business. The public portion of the meeting starts promptly at 7 p.m. 3 resolutions will be read in honor of retiring city employees. Fire engineer Gary Bauman served our community for 30 years. Firefighter Richard Van Tile for 27 years, and John Najjar of the General Services Department for 29 years. The council will also read a proclamation declaring February 2021 as Black History Month in the city of Torrance. City leaders will continue discussing the building proposal for a single-family home in the Hillside Overlay District. And the city's transit director is recommending that the council approve a funding agreement with the LA County Metropolitan Transportation Authority for the operational reimbursement of the Torrance Transit Line 4X Express from February 2014 to 2020 in the amount of more than $4.4 million. Many more agenda items will be covered tonight. You can watch the meeting live right here on Torrance City Cable and online. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community, feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. The South Bay Chinese Women's Association treated healthcare workers to a thoughtful meal. They delivered about 250 bento lunches to those working at Providence Little Company of Mary Medical Center in Torrance. Members say they just wanted to thank the doctors, nurses, and other staff members there for their hard work during the pandemic. What a delicious way to show their appreciation to their local heroes. Now, if you have a great story, photo, or video you'd like to share, email us at COVID-19today@torranceca.gov. We love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow as Christine Lee brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.